What's going on, everyone? My name is, well, you really don't care my name is, and today I'm going to be reviewing Jurassic World Dominion. Alright, so this is the 6th film in the franchise, and a film that honestly I was looking forward to more than the 2 previous films. And when I heard they were bringing back Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum, and Laura Dern, I got excited. You know, we haven't seen these 3 actors together since 1993. Like, really think about that. It's almost been 30 years since we've seen these actors back together for one movie. So I got really excited. And also seeing some new dinosaurs showing up for this film and some old familiar ones too. You know, I love dinosaurs, so I was looking forward to seeing this film. Granted, the film is a little longer than the 2 previous films, but I didn't really care. So what's the story of this film? Without going to way too much spoilers for you guys. So the film takes place 4 years after Fallen Kingdom, where we see Owen teaming up with Claire in order to find Blue's baby raptor, Beta. Don't ask me how that's even possible. It's Jurassic World, Jurassic Park. The science here is just BS at this point. So Beta's been kidnapped, and now the team has to go and rescue the baby. All the while, we have our science story with Dr. Alan Grant, Ellie Sattler, and Dr. Ian Malcolm, as the world is pretty much coming to grip with them, with dinosaurs now roaming the planet. So that's the plot without going to further spoiler territories. I gotta say, I like this plot a little better than the first one. It really kept my attention throughout much of the first 2 acts, while also using the action scenes to pretty much keep that excitement up. I also enjoy seeing the original trio back together. I mean, you can tell they have such great chemistry with one another, and even though it's been years since we see them together, they still worked off well with one another, and even with the main cast as well. They did a good job, and I really liked how this didn't feel forced. Like, as usually when you try putting in older characters from previous films into the newer films with the newer generation, it's not always done well. But this one was done in an organic way, where they slowly got these characters all meeting up together, and it was done just right. It wasn't forced. They weren't shoehorned in. They actually did it right. Now, the part with Owen's team for this story wasn't really that great. I mean, yes, the action scenes were still fun, but when there's no action scenes going on, there's pretty much just talking with them. It's not done that very well. However, when they meet up with Dr. Grant's team, it does pick up the pace, especially when we get to the final act, which I thought was a lot of fun. As far as the cast, I love Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum. They're all awesome. They did such a great job working off one another. As I said before, the chemistry for all 3 of them is great. It's still good, and the addition of DeWanda Wise and, hopefully I say his name right, Mamodo Athi. Sorry if I butchered that. Sorry. Both great choices for this film. I was very happy to also see B.D. Wong, but I'm always happy to see him come back to reprise his role. As far as Chris Pratt is concerned, I thought it was fine. But Bryce Dallas as Claire, I'm not a big fan of her. I mean, don't get me wrong. She's not a bad actress. It's just her character I never really cared much about. I always found her annoying and boring. Her character does grow in this film, but it's not enough for me to care. Everyone else did fine. I just didn't really care much. Mostly because a lot of them did get a lot of screen time or get a lot of development, or were just pretty much cliche characters, so didn't really care much there. As far as the special effects are concerned, yeah, there was a lot of it. I mean, let's be honest, they weren't going to be able to go throughout this film without relying on so much special effects, but I still thought they weren't bad, especially for the dinosaurs. And when we got to the action scenes, I thought those were actually pretty good, especially when we see the dinosaurs in action. I also love them introducing more dinosaurs in this film, including the return of the Dilophosaurus, and of course the debut of a Giganotosaurus. I butchered that name. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I still love that they brought back the Dilophosaurus and also bringing in some new ones. The musical score, I didn't really care much for it, but there were times when I thought it wasn't bad, but I just not going to remember any of these songs. If it isn't anything John Williams related, I'm not going to really care. So as far as how they shot the film, and, shooting in different settings, I thought they didn't do a bad job with that. I just wish they didn't travel so many different places, but I still thought it wasn't bad. And I did like how they shot the final act. I thought that was well done. Awesome work. So, Jurassic World Dominion. Is it a good film? Yeah. Is it better than the last 2 previous films? Yeah. Is it better than the first two original films? No, it's not. Is it better than Jurassic Park 3? Yeah. Is it worth watching? Yes, it is. If you're a fan of dinosaurs or the franchise, or if you have kids that are huge fans of dinosaurs, then I recommend checking this out with your friends, your spouse, your family. It's not perfect. Let me get that out of the way. It's not a perfect film. It's plot. There's still some problems with it. Not all the characters are great, except for the original trio. They're awesome. And of course, special effects are kind of iffy at times, but it's still a good film. And honestly, it is still one that I would recommend checking out. And hopefully it is the last one of this franchise, but I'm not doubting they're going to try making another one. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you have a different opinion about this film or what you think of the other Jurassic World Park films, leave some comments below. Let me know what you think. Hit the subscribe button, check my Facebook page, check my Twitter page, check out T3 Media's channel, subscribe to their channel, keep up to date with videos, and I'll see you next time to give you more love and more entertainment. Until then, take care, be safe, love y'all.